Hello. So I'm getting ready for our next trip. We're in Haverstraw, New York, up the Hudson River right now, and we're actually going to Philadelphia. And everyone thinks, wait a minute, Philadelphia, not on the water. Not true. It's actually on the Delaware River, and it's a naval port. So they've got a nice channel, so they get big ships up there, so we should just about squeeze in. Anyway, lots of prep work going on. I'll just show you quickly around the boat, and you can see what a mess everything is as we get ready. These bags here for ice that we threw up on a cooler on the top deck. This is a second refrigerator that is not working, so I'm taking that off the boat, and the space it used to be in, which is right here, this thing like slides out. Not very easily, apparently. All right, well, it won't slide out, but we turned it into a place to put our trash, so that's useful. Supplies everywhere, which we got to get stowed. Tools from the jobs that I've just been finishing off. I've got pumps here for the sump that I'm replacing. Essential supplies, lots of wine. And the reason we're going to Philadelphia is we're going to have a party down there. A friend of mine's getting married, and on the night before we're going to have a party on board. So that's what all these glasses and napkins and plates and everything else is all about. When it comes to navigation, it is, well, let's just have a look outside and see what's going on, because it's blowing a gale out there. Way in the distance there you'll see some white caps, and it's actually pretty lumpy right here in the marina. Even though we're a big boat, we're moving around. So final prep, we're gonna go buy some fuel. Yesterday it was $6.31. Today it's $6.45. So that's kind of annoying. But you just gotta, pony up and pay the man. We will probably put on 250 gallons, which is about what we need for this trip. So I've done fuel transfer down in the engine room, running off the center tank out of the 4. I've got 200 gallons in the center tank. That will get us to Philadelphia, and then we'll transfer more from the wing tanks into the center tank when we get there. To keep the boat balanced right now, we've got a very slight list to starboard, because all the fuel is in the starboard tanks or the center tank, and we've got a lot of water in the starboard tank as well. So we're going to put the fuel that we take on board into the port tank. Hopefully that'll level us up, and we should be good to go. Lisa is out buying supplies right now. She'll be back soon. Then we've got to head over to the gas dock, put the fuel on board, pump out for our waste tanks, and then we're heading out. Tonight we're going to anchor off Sandy Hook, so down the Hudson, past New York City, and anchor at Sandy Hook next morning. Come out from there, and then all the way down the coast of New Jersey to Cape May, hoping we make that by nightfall, but that's quite a distance and it'll be an early start. Then the next day up the Delaware, stay overnight in the Delaware, and then the next morning, which will be Friday morning, we go to our marina, which is right there in downtown Philly, so that should be kind of cool. But we've got to be there by midday at the latest, because it's tidal, and they say that we will actually go aground at low tide. So we have to get in before low tide, and we'll be in towards the end of high tide, maybe an hour into the ebb. So that should just about do it. All right, I got to get on with my prep work now. The weather is so bad out there, it's so lumpy, that even coming into the fuel dock is going to be a challenge. Getting off the dock that we're on is a challenge. Whether we can do it, well, we're about to find out. Let's go have some fun. Okay, now we're getting serious. It's time to get off the dock, I can't believe what I'm seeing out here. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I mean, this is supposed to be a secluded marina. There's a hurricane hole, and I'm seeing 2-foot waves there bumping up against the fuel dock. That's why we're cancelling our trip over there, because it will be ugly. The wind is blowing us onto the dock, and getting this boat off the dock and out there into the Hudson is not going to be easy. I can't film it. It's impossible. We're going to be too focused on making sure we don't smack into the dock. What Lisa's doing right there, we have headsets that we wear so we can talk to each other. I got to put mine on, and when we're out in the Hudson, then we'll talk to you again. Well, it's later in the day, and we managed to get off the dock, even though it was very hard. And right now, as you can see, New York City, and we're going to make it to Sandy Hook, hopefully around 10 p.m. So I'm underway again. The parties were great. We held our own on board. Around 25 people, more than we expected. We ran out of food, but it was still great. And the wedding was as expected. Groom showed up, which was a big surprise to me anyway. Anyway, I'm going back down the Delaware. I'm on my own, and I thought I'd just show you some of the sights, because we're just passing this wreck of a cruise liner from 100 years ago, United States. I'm told at the time it was the fastest cruise liner in the world, but I don't know how fast that was. This is the one that didn't hit an iceberg. Come on, sweetie. Come on, babe. There you go. There's my boy. Such a good ship's cat, aren't you? Yeah, yes you are. My guy. Chirpy. Ship's cat, yeah. It's early morning. I think it's Tuesday, I'm not sure. Headed for Cape May. I'm going to go in there and fix some equipment on the boat. I've got a paravane up here that's tangled on the outrigger, and I can't reach it. We need to come into a gas dock, and I'm going to drop out the outrigger and then untake it. This is ridiculous.
Really bad.
I've never seen anything so bad.
Almost worked.
What else is going on? Oh yeah, this morning I couldn't get the anchor up. I turned on all the switches, hit the go button to work the windlass, and absolutely nothing happened. So about 10 minutes later I figured out that we got salt water into the button of the switch. So WD-40, sprayed it all out, got the contacts working, put it back together, got the anchor up. But the most exciting part of all of that was when I bring the anchor up, I've got a hose, and I hose down the chain because it's dirty, it's muddy, and I wash it all down with fresh water as the anchor chain goes down into the anchor locker. And after I've finished, I put the hose on the ground. I'm coming back to the pilot house here. I trod on the hose, and the water jet shot right up my shorts. You can imagine what a surprise that was, especially at 6:30 a.m. I wasn't quite ready for that. We're off the coast of New Jersey, over that way. I suppose you can probably see the bits of it. And I couldn't record too much while I was doing it because I had to maneuver the boat. But I think I captured some video of me coming alongside somebody who had offered to help me untangle my paragraph. Well, as you can hear in the background, we've got an alarm, and it's this guy. It's my engine check, so we need to set it to the next 2 hours, start the countdown again, and now we have to go to the engine room and check all the equipment. What we're going to look for is sounds, smells, leaks, wear on the belt. We're going to check the fuel filters. There's a vacuum gauge there we're going to look at, and generally just look for anything that is out of the unusual, you know, out of the ordinary, things that don't look right. But I can't really talk to you down there because it is really, really loud. So engine check, one-on-one, here we go. over here I'm seeing surf and I'm seeing waves breaking, but this far offshore that shouldn't be here. Now we've had a lot of storms around here, and if I go to the chart very quickly, you'll see here that there really shouldn't be anything quite like that. However, I'm punching out offshore for safety, because you only get one chance to get it wrong. Very lumpy out here. Look, if I show you what's going on, look, whoa, the water is flushing through the scuppers. We're rolling like a pig, and it's all because I can't put the paravanes out, because I'm short-handed and we've had a lot of chafe on the lines. So Mr. Chirpy's just gonna have to grin and bear it.